Have you ever felt like your brain just quit? Like the switch flipped from go, go, go to a complete and total shutdown? You're staring at your to-do list, but the words blur together. You know you should do things, you might even want to do them, but your mind is a blank, static-filled screen. It's a feeling of not wanting to do anything, not because you're lazy, but because your brain has simply stopped fighting. It's checked out. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone, and what you're experiencing is very real. This isn't just a bad mood, it's a critical signal from your body and mind, and today we're going to talk about why it happens and what you can do about it. Let's unpack this feeling. It often starts subtly. Maybe you notice you're more irritable than usual, or small tasks feel like climbing a mountain. You push through, telling yourself to be stronger, to just get it done. We live in a culture that glorifies the hustle, that tells us to grind harder, sleep less, and always be productive. So we ignore the early warning signs. We keep our foot on the gas even when the engine is sputtering and the check engine light has been blinking for weeks. And then, one day, the engine just dies. That's the shutdown. It's not a conscious decision. It's your brain's self-preservation mechanism kicking in. Think of it like a computer that's been running too many programs for too long. It starts to lag, freeze, and eventually, it forces a restart to prevent a total system crash. Your brain does the same thing. When it's overloaded with stress, anxiety, information, and pressure, it hits a point where it can no longer process anything new. To protect itself from further damage, it initiates a shutdown. This is what we often call burnout. This state can be incredibly frightening and confusing. You might feel a profound sense of emptiness or apathy. Activities you once loved hold no joy. Conversations feel draining. Your bed becomes a sanctuary, not because you're tired, but because the world outside feels too demanding. This isn't laziness. Laziness is choosing not to do something you're capable of doing. Burnout is being incapable of doing something you might even want to do. It is the difference between not wanting to run a marathon and not being able to walk to the mailbox. So, why does this happen? The root cause is almost always prolonged, chronic stress. This stress can come from anywhere. It could be a high-pressure job with impossible deadlines. It could be the emotional labor of being a primary caregiver for a family member. It could be financial worries, relationship struggles, or even the constant low-grade anxiety from scrolling through social media and comparing your life to everyone else's highlight reel. It's the feeling of constantly being on, with no time to rest and recharge. Our nervous system isn't designed for this. It's meant to handle short bursts of stress, then return to a state of calm. When we live in a perpetual state of fight or flight, our resources, both mental and physical, get completely depleted. I remember a time in my own life when this happened. I was juggling a demanding job, personal commitments, and trying to be everything to everyone. I thought I was invincible. I wore my busyness like a badge of honor. I ignored the headaches, the sleepless nights, the constant feeling of being on edge. I just kept pushing. Then, one Monday morning, I sat down at my desk, looked at my computer, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't write a single email. The thought of making a decision, any decision, felt physically painful. My brain had gone silent. It was terrifying. I felt like I had failed, that I was broken. But what I've learned since then is that my brain wasn't broken. It was protecting me. It was screaming at me to stop, because I hadn't been listening to its whispers. If you're in that place right now, the most important thing to hear is this: be kind to yourself. Your brain isn't fighting you, it's fighting for you. It's forcing you to take the rest you've been denying yourself. The first step toward recovery is not to fight the shutdown. Don't try to power through it. That's like trying to run on a broken leg. Instead, you need to accept it. Give yourself permission to do nothing. Yes, you heard me right. Nothing. For a day, or even just an hour. Lie on the couch, stare at the ceiling. Let your mind be empty. This isn't wasted time. It's critical recovery time. It's allowing your system to reboot. The next step is to start identifying and reducing the stressors in your life. This is hard, I know. We can't always just quit our jobs or walk away from our responsibilities, but we can start setting boundaries. This might look like saying no to extra projects at work. It might mean turning off your phone for an hour every evening. It could be asking for help from your partner, family, or friends. A boundary is simply a line you draw to protect your energy and well-being. It's not selfish, it's essential. Think of it like putting up a fence to protect a garden you're trying to regrow. Once you've started to create some space, you can begin to gently reintroduce things that replenish your energy rather than drain it. And I mean gently. Don't suddenly decide you're going to run a 10K and meditate for an hour a day. That's just another form of pressure. Start small, so small it feels almost silly. Go for a 5-minute walk outside and just focus on the feeling of the sun on your skin. Put on one song you love and just listen, without doing anything else. Cook a simple, nourishing meal. These small acts are like plugging your brain back into the charger. They send a signal to your nervous system that you are safe and that it's okay to come out of shutdown mode. It's also crucial to reconnect with your physical body. When we're mentally burnt out, we often live entirely in our heads. Simple grounding techniques can be incredibly powerful. Try the 5-4-3-2-1 method right now. Wherever you are, name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise pulls your awareness out of the chaotic storm in your mind and anchors it in the present moment, in your physical reality. Deep, slow breathing is another tool. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for a count of 6. This directly calms the nervous system and tells your brain that the threat has passed. Ultimately, your mental health is more important than anything. It's more important than your to-do list, that promotion, or what other people think of you. You are not a machine. You are a human being with finite energy and real limits. Honoring those limits isn't a weakness. It's the ultimate form of strength and self-respect. Learning to listen to your body's signals, the whispers of fatigue, the nudges of anxiety, before they become the deafening scream of a total shutdown, is a skill we all need to cultivate. Please, pay more attention to yourself. Check in with yourself like you would a dear friend. Ask, "How are you really?" And listen to the answer without judgment. If you're feeling this way, please consider talking to someone. A trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional can provide support and perspective that is invaluable. There is no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of courage. If your car breaks down, you take it to a mechanic. If your brain's check engine light is on, it's okay to see a specialist who can help you figure out what's wrong and how to fix it. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Your well-being is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. When you prioritize your mental health, you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for everyone who cares about you. You're ensuring that you can show up in the world as the best, most whole version of yourself. So, let's make a pact to stop glorifying burnout and start celebrating rest, recovery, and true sustainable well-being. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more conversations about navigating life with more intention and self-compassion. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.